A little louder, turn it up. We never turn it down. Universal sound when we move the pound. Take a look around when we touch the town. Not the way stomping in my big black J's. Corny, get stuck in the maze. We never suffer fools. Had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour, touching every shore, from Cali to Singapore.
Every day I'm seeing more in the temple as we rock up tempo instrumentals. I saw my dream in a dream, then I woke up. Put the dream team together. Now we one time.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system and turn it up. Up, a little louder, turn it up. Up, a little louder, turn it up.
I'm the best, as you know. And I got it on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. For the pack and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my who ain't heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spin out of money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know it, Mr. Know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Running like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. Top dog like I manage. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow, but she can hang it up just like a telephone. Stick it up with the cost 10K to let it come see it. Bands that me, make it come treat it. Spin, make it come beat it. I want the Louis in the machine out. Jewelry be cold like the temperature zero. I'm the hardest, they call me the hero. Heavily, then they know what I be on. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold.
Dollar. Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The Niners at 7-1 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 1st down, Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the visiting Niners who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Santa Clara. Now a throw here to his running back. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. Danny Gray, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers are on the board first here this afternoon. They said they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes, so when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on second down. Lance able to find Gray here. And they'll get this down to the 10. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. McCaffrey following the penalty. And they'll get him down right around the 16. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Now Lance. Dancing to his left. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. Fourth down. Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
On second and 7, Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, first and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
And Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. That'll that time. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Lance looking to throw it. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said...
Touchdown, 49ers! Deebo Samuel, 30 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here, because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They run it with Balaj. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Throwing again on second down. Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. 40 yards. And the Cardinals are able to cut into that deficit. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On play action, Lance. Flush to his right. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Play fake. Murray. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll run here with Balaj. Oh, he's got to look down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kalen Balaj with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are back within a score. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play. Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for first down. Again, it's Balaj. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now, Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Murray. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Off of play action, here's Lance. They'll roll him out right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The Lance going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing now is Lance. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Mitchell. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Elijah Mitchell punching it in from a yard away. And the 49ers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 152 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And pass complete to Moore. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Murray to Moore for the Cardinal first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On play action, it's Murray. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Moore, the man in motion. A final shot before half from Murray. Forced out to his left. He's going to look deep for Moore. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. Picked off by Diamador Lenore. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession. Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
To throw is Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Hopkins. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Balaj. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Balaj. 166 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll send Brown in motion right. First carry for James Conner. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Here's Murray. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. To throw, it's Murray. And that is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and that will keep this a 12-point game. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot. Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. Out to his left. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Lance. Being chased out left. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lance buying time to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals are going to have it here at their own 15. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Last time out, they had that long 50. And he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. A nice little juke. And And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And that one makes this a 19-point game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Murray now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Throwing on first down is Lance. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a
touchdown, 49ers! George Kittle from 17 yards out. And the 49ers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Ertz over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. They'll get this up to about the 44.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 44, Murray, he's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marquise Brown, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cards get a bit closer. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. 44 yards rushing for them now to this point. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Now a play fake. Lance finding Gray going across the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards. Play action. Now it's Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. 1st down, here's Mitchell. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Lance. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance escaping the pressure right. Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
17.
Working from the gun, Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And the Cards are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He finds Kalen Ballage, his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And his throw here's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his...
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Now Murray's got to have this one. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Patterson's kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Niners, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And